Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about Kaguya Love is War Volume 2, especially the booster box price is sitting at $44.96 on TCG Player. The seller has 24 available, and I'm going to put this disclaimer out there right now. When you're watching this video, I am currently sitting in Japan, hopefully eating delicious food and drinking some nice drink with a bunch of happy local people. So that's what it is. If the prices on TCG Player are a little bit different, that would be why. Now, this is down 30.8% of these prices here. So booster box price, I use $65. Booster box case, $980 for this. I'm going to be using my buy or invest video. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to check my logic. I want to know if what I was thinking was actually correct back then. So when you think about this, about 6 months have gone by. I know that's not a long-term thing. This is short-term, but it's nice to check in every now and then. So this release, as I mentioned, February 17th, 2023, total 100 type of normal cards, 53 type of parallels. Bushiroad does not guarantee case rates for SPs at all. You won't find it on the website, but we have seen 3 SPs was the normal of what you would have seen. There's 7 special rares inside of there. And down below, what you're going to notice is really tiny font. What that actually is are voice actors and actresses and their characters that had signatures on the Japanese release. On the English release, we didn't get no signatures at all. What we got were stamps. Yes, the dreaded stamps. And I know people are going to tell me that stamp actually looks really nice, right? It looks nice, but there is something special about getting that signature, no matter what. It's just special. And you can see it right here with the art. We got band members marching in, which was, some people liked it, and a whole lot of other people didn't like it. So the art on here could have been a little bit of a problem. The lack of signatures, probably somewhat of a problem. But I don't know what else to say about that. It's just not that great. People still bought it, of course, right? You want to put it in your max rarity deck because this deck actually had some usage. So here was the Yuyutei pricing. I did not update this whatsoever. It is as I've done back on the buy or invest video originally. So here you go. This is what's showing up on TCG Player as of Monday, August 28th. Okay, so what I did here was I took all those numbers and did some averaging, and what you get is 102.96. The reason I did that is because then I multiplied by 3, and that is your case price for the SPs, 308.89. Now moving on, what you're going to see with your double rares here, I took one originally from February 20th. I marked the numbers down, and then I did one as of August 22nd. Yes, I did not update this for the 28th. I just did it 6 days ago and just never got around to making the video until today. Yeah. So here you go. Double rare playset, $154.08. I know people have put up posts on Facebook Global Weiss Schwarz group. So if you're looking for some, I think somebody is still selling Volume 2 playset. So pick it up. So $154.08 double rare playset. So I wrote this down here. Bad scenario, right? I just showed you 308 is the SPs. Let's just discount that 33%. You end up with $200 on average. And then what I did was I said, okay, double rares, 154. I'm going to say playset in the bad scenario is 175 times 2, and I got 350 bucks. Now, possible scenario, I upped that a little bit, right? 33% haircut on your SPs. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do 250 and your place sits at 200, so that makes it $400. So you're looking at 650 in that case with a possible scenario. Not so bad. So then we have to figure out what the heck is happening with this booster box. So if you take a look at those prices, we know there's other stuff inside of the booster box, like your super rare and your triple rare, and this is pretty low when you think about it. And your case side here, $874.98. Remember, thinking about that possible scenario, $650. We're at $874.98. Is that still worth buying at $874.98? So I'm going to just show you these cards right here. And the reason I'm doing this is because this is from Bushiroad Spring Fest 2023. These are some of your decks that won. This will be at your pants store. And what I want you to notice here is the usage of Volume 1 cards and then also Volume 2. And this person put in the SP of I down there. You have some SPs up there at the very top. We also have your pants deck going on, so you can see the usage of, I'm going to assume they put triple rares in there because I see SPs all over. And then lastly, we have the door choice deck as well. So you have some different decks you can choose from, and they have one in their own rays. Now, coming up, since we got Halal, we got Overlord coming out, you have Sword Art Online still a threat out there. Will Kaguya be used as much as we saw with the trios versions versus just playing singly? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. My mind tells me no, but I know I've seen some people buying some cards of Kaguya, so they're either trying to just fill out their deck just to play for fun, or someone's actually gonna bring it to the next tournament. Now, the other thing that you can use to say why the case at 875 is probably right, I don't think so, are your triple rares, of course, are your super rares, and then your promos. So I'm just going to take a quick look at that. I'm going to show you these again are from Yuyutei. And this will be your tournament store PR pack. So let me just flip over here to TCG Player. Yes, good old TCG Player. I do want to tell you right away with TCG Player that there is a problem with it. They are linking together Kaguya Love is War 1 and 2. So if you look down here, if you just take a look, the filter, applied filter is Kaguya-sama Love is War. I just want to show you this, you're trying to buy this. If I try to uncheck mark Kaguya, Love is War number 1, what ends up happening is they remove both of them, right? It's kind of messed up. If I try to move Kaguya, Love is War number 2, it removes both of them. So you have to somewhat bear with this. It's kind of messed up. I don't know. It worked before in the past. Not sure why this happened. But if you take a look here, Kaguya Love is War Volume 2 is the one with the question mark. The normal one, like this I over here, does not have a question mark. So Volume 1, Volume 2 is the only difference between them is a question mark. So make sure to look out for that. But what do you notice right away? Kaguya Love is War Volume number 2. You have 2 triple rares right up here that are completely sold out. Right? If I take a look at the super rare here, you do have one really huge expensive one right here, $38.89. And then off to the right is Vice President's Pride Kaguya, $19. So there are some actual cards inside of this set that are worth it when you think about triple rares and super rares. But then you scroll down and, of course, not every super rare, not every triple rare is going to be very expensive. So you're just hoping to actually hit that. In a perfect world, if you were to actually hit these cards and add them all up, maybe you get to the 875, but more than likely you're probably not gonna make it. So then you're gonna hope here. There were some PRs, there were tournament store PR packs, so let's just make sure about that. The Petite Miko, that came from the actual booster box. So anything with the word petite, I believe, there you go, petite, 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 petite. Those were your booster box promos. These other ones here, these are your tournament store PR packs. So unless you're holding on to some tournament store PR packs, you really can't count them in. But there are some expensive ones, right? You have this Miyuki and Yu, and then we also have Chika and Miko and Kaguya. I missed Kaguya. Oh, there we go. Kaguya, Chika, and Miko. There it is. Okay, so there are some cards that are actually worth it inside of the booster box, inside of the tournament store PR packs. And you can see that's exactly what happened with the Japanese side. Those were the same ones that are fairly expensive. Now, one more thing to consider with this is Kaguya Love is War Volume 1. So the reason why I put this here is because we know there's always a little bit of resurgence. You may need some cards for set 2 to put them together and have this ultra great, fantastic deck. And that's what actually happened on this one. There was some. So what happened with the case and the booster box price? The booster box price pretty much stayed the same. Like if you go on TCG Player, it's sitting at like $89. But what you find with the case was there was actually one sold very recently, May 14th. And I know it's a very, very recently. And that's only like 3 months ago. But when you think about on TCG Player, there's only one other listing now. for Kaguya Love is War. Not so bad. And it's sitting at like $2,000. So $1,500 3 months ago, not so bad. I mean, when you think about buying this stuff, do you really want to buy something at $2,000? And some people may just look at that and be like, no thanks, $1,500 is pretty good. So thinking about what I just showed you, Kaguya Love is War. Following 4. I don't think that's changed at all. My mind still stays there. People love Kaguya. It's definitely a good anime. They like the movie. It's great. So Kaguya Love is War. I think the following is just right. Meta strength. Yeah, people used it. Coming up onto here with the newest sets that have come out. Will we see a lot of it? I don't think so. Will we see it? Maybe, potentially. I think so. Like I said, I've seen cards actually sell. Playable cards. So that's a little, I guess, foreshadowing what's about to happen. And then the art and the signs, or lack thereof of signs, 1 star makes sense to me. Why some of these cards are not expensive at all, even though you saw them being used in decks. Do people really want to use non-signed versions or pay the price for it? Some will, yes, some will. But when you think about the rest of the other people out there, that being collectors, that being investors, do they really want that? Not really. Not really. There's some people that will, but not as much as there would have been with signatures. And I know I've talked about signatures and why people, it may give them the sense of specialness when maybe it's not as special. Maybe we see too many signatures, but there's people that still want it, and that's what happened here. So my final thoughts on it mirrored what I had on my buy or invest video. I did not change this whatsoever. There's strong following, no signatures, no serial numbers. We got marching band SPs. There was that nice unrestricted K that took place from the ban restriction list. And what I saw here, sellers had some on TCGPLAYER. There was enough supply. Kaguya Love is War, when that came out, it wasn't a sellout. There was plenty of supply left. So that's where I finished. Would I buy the booster box case at $875? I don't think so. It's still not there. And I know over time the playability of the cards do not matter. That's not what we're looking for here. But the nice part about the playability of cards is the fact that people open the sealed, and that's what we want. We want to have a limited supply of the sealed, and I don't see that yet where people are just going to want to open this. So you're really left with people wanting it in the future for nostalgia's sake, and that's my belief. At $875, it's okay, but there's other things out there I would rather potentially buy. So that's where I am. That's what happened with Kaguya Love is War. Let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. As always, if you need anything, my description down below has all this information. But as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.